Today we will be talking about laser engravers. And the question is, can a laser engraver enhance your projects? Short answer is yes. Long answer is the rest of the video. My office corner is quite small and it's already filled with stuff from my hobbies and projects. So having a new machine has to be a well thought out decision. But when a fully enclosed laser engraver is this small, that decision becomes a bit easier. This is the ACMER K1 enclosed portable laser engraver, which ACMER kindly sent me to test and use in my projects. It's a compact but very capable machine designed for desktop use. Right out of the box, everything was pretty straightforward. The machine comes mostly assembled. You only need to attach and connect the laser module. Setup didn't take long, and overall it felt very beginner-friendly. For software to control this machine, you can use tools like Lightburn or laser-GRBL. ACMER also provides their own software, ACMER Studio, which is what I use for these initial tests. To keep things simple for the first engraving, I just imported a drawing, selected the default settings for 3mm MDF, and started the engraving. And that was it. Honestly, I wasn't expecting it to turn out this well on the first try. The level of detail is really impressive, especially considering this is a small and relatively affordable desktop machine. But while the engraving itself looked great with default settings, other things were off, like my word alignment. But this software has a fix for that, called Frame, in which the laser module moves from corner to corner, tracing the working area so you can properly align your material before engraving. Another thing I noticed from this first test was the smoke from the rear exhaust. The fan at the back does a great job channeling everything to that back port. I did not notice any smoke from the front or side gaps. But since there is no built-in filtration system, it can leave your room with some undesirable burn smell. Besides working in a well-ventilated space, there are a few improvements we can make. My first step was ordering a PVC exhaust tube to connect at the back of the machine and route the smoke out of the window. But since it was going to take over a month to arrive, I designed a simple 3D printed enclosure to house a carbon filter, so I could keep using the engraver while I waited for the tube. The model itself isn't anything fancy, it's just a quick solution at a time. Once the tube arrived, I created a new model with a magnet so I could easily connect and disconnect the tube. That sure made a huge difference. The smoke and burnt wood smell gone. If you're planning to use a laser engraver in a small space like home office, I definitely recommend setting up proper exhaust ventilation. And while I was in the process of creating a ventilation filtration system, I reported my experiments to ACMER. That took that feedback really well and in the meantime launched the mini air purifier. It's their smallest air purifier but still packs a 3-layer filtration system, putting my DIY quick fix to shame. It is also quite compact, so it fits nicely in smaller workspaces. If you don't have easy access to a window for external ventilation, this could be a good alternative to look into. With all that sorted out, I started testing different materials to get a better sense of what I could use and do with this machine for my future projects. In this channel, I mainly focus on DIY projects with 3D printing, a bit of electronics and smart home integrations. A laser engraver can be a great tool for that. From making enclosures or front panels for electronics, either from acrylic or plywood with engraved labels, desk and home organization, custom LED signs and other light projects, to more unexpected ways like custom PCBs. There is a lot of potential here. So, what did I decide to make first? A notebook, but hear me out. All my projects start one way or the other in a notebook. I sketch out the ideas, take note of dimensions, bring the notebook with me when I need to get specific parts for projects, and this was the notebook I was using for the past months. It's actually a drawing sketchbook from Canson, and I like it a lot because I can fully open it as it doesn't have a hard spine. But it's also quite expensive for such a simple notebook that I know I'll fill out in a couple of months. So, I made my own version. I used pretty affordable drawing paper. It's slightly thicker than standard printing paper, which is nice. And I may have fallen a bit into book binding rabbit hole. I definitely went a bit overboard with it. Let's just say I won't be running out of notebooks anytime soon. And for the cover, I repurposed an old pair of jeans. For the engraving, I ran some material tests using ACMER Studio's built-in engraving and cut test matrices. That helped me dial the power and speed ranges I could use in this type of fabric. Of course, I went and made a cover full of toys. This is one of my favorite panels from Hunter x Hunter where Mr. Hisoka is thinking about all the toys he has to play with. And here he is. I couldn't make a Hunter x Hunter themed notebook without a big Hisoka. And you might notice a pattern here, but I'm rewatching the 2011 anime while I wait for more manga chapters. So far, I've been really impressed with this machine. The ACMER K1 is really easy to get started with, its enclosed design makes it much safer to use and it's compact enough to fit easily on a desk. The engraving quality is also very good for its size and low price, making it an easy recommendation to anyone looking to get started with laser engravers. For me, it opens up a lot of possibilities for future projects. Another thing worth mentioning is the ecosystem around the machine. There are a few accessories available, like a rotary roller for engraving cylindrical objects such as mugs or bottles, and metal height extension risers. These aren't included with the machine, and I didn't test them yet, but they do expand on what you can do quite a bit. One accessory I would personally like to see for this specific model is a properly sized honeycomb laser bed. ACMER does offer them, but they are designed for larger machines, so having one tailored for the K1 would really be a nice addition, especially for cutting and improving airflow underneath the material. That said, there are a few practical things to keep in mind. Even with enclosure, proper ventilation is essential. I highly recommend using an exhaust tube to vent the fumes outside, or at least having some form of filtration. As I mentioned earlier, the mini air purifier can also be a great solution here. I'll leave the link for the 3D model I made. Feel free to use it if you want to try a similar setup. And if the 150 by 150 mm working area feels limiting for your projects, ACMER also offers larger machines. If you're curious about the ACMER K1 laser engraver, you can visit ACMER's website to know more details and explore all the machines they have. If you have any questions or suggestions for projects, let me know in the comments. I always try my best to reply to all of them. And if you enjoy DIY 3D printing, smart home setups, and now laser engraver projects, consider subscribing. And thank you so much, ACMER, for sending me this machine. I've been having a lot of fun trying it out. Until next time, bye!